Wednesday of the Holy Week, April 16, 2025. One of the 12, called Judas Iscariot, went to the chief priest and said, "What are you willing to give me if I hand him over to you?" They paid him 30 pieces of silver, and from then on he looked for an opportunity to hand him over. Matthew 26, 14-16. Judas's intent in betraying Jesus in the gospel is obvious and clear. The underlying factor was his greed for money. He said, "What are you willing to give me if I hand him over to you?" He bargained for him and sold him off as a slave. In doing so, he stripped him of his dignity. At this point, the Passover is near, and Jesus and the rest of his disciples are preparing for it. Judas, on the other hand, is busy plotting and having secret meetings on how to hand Jesus over to those who seek to arrest and harm him. On the evening of the day of the Passover, while reclining at the table, Jesus told his disciples about one of them who would betray him. It must have been a sad feeling and nervous anxiety for other disciples. They wondered who would do such a thing, and they took turns asking, "Surely it is not I, Lord." Judas joined and said, "Surely it is not I, Rabbi." In Matthew's Gospel, Jesus did not come outright to identify his betrayal. He left it hanging. Unlike in John's Gospel, where he said, "It is the one to whom I hand the morsel after I have dipped it." Judas was overwhelmed by his love for money, which he regretted later. As Jesus forewarned, "He who has dipped his hand into the dish with me is the one who will betray me." The Son of Man indeed goes as it is written of him, but woe to that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It would be better for that man if he had never been born. All these were to fulfill the scriptures. Jesus is the suffering servant, as the prophet Isaiah had written. He was led like a sheep to the slaughterhouse. Jesus fulfills Isaiah's prophecy. He uttered no word and was obedient unto death. St. Paul tells us Jesus Christ, though in the form of God, did not regard equality with God as something to be grasped. Rather, he emptied himself, taking the form of a slave, coming in human likeness and found human in appearance. He humbled himself, becoming obedient to the point of death, even death on a cross. There are many ways we betray Jesus when we choose sides and make a particular object our idol instead of staying with Jesus. Like Judas, his love for money drove him to his death. Jesus is present to us in the Blessed Eucharist within this triduum. Let us keep watch with Christ in his hidden presence at the Eucharist. And let us pray that we may stay close to the fire to keep warm and not away from it, lest we become cold or too close to be burned by it. The love of Jesus can warm our heart. but not burn us. May this triduum fill our hearts with the warmth of Christ's love for us. Have a blessed day.